Leaping on into the spotlight, it's time to take a closer look at one of the oldest Brotherhood of Evil Mutant members, Toad. Mortimer Toynbee was first introduced in X-Men Volume 1 Issue 4. Mortimer was originally taken in by Magneto, who he felt was the first person to truly appreciate him, despite the fact that Magneto verbally and physically abused him for years, and saw him merely as a pawn to be used, and if need be sacrificed, for the greater good. Mortimer also enjoyed that allying himself with Magneto would allow him to get back at humans who had ridiculed him and made him suffer because of his Toad-like appearance throughout his childhood. Those non-mutants, how dare they. Magneto gave him the codename Toad due to his Toad-like mutant abilities and appearance, and dressed him up in a jester outfit. Eventually Toad would grow even stronger in the comics, surpassing the standard clumsy leap abilities he was originally known for, and going on to gain more dignity and later on become no one's fool. He ain't nobody's fool now. Today we're going to examine that growth via Toad's power set as we count down the top 10 superpowers you didn't know Toad had. Be sure to stick around till the end of this list where I'll have some bonus content coming your way. Stick around, oh my goodness, pun intended. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Superior Sneak. Toad can often leap from place to place so quick that it makes it hard to track him, and easy for him to sneak up on you. But in the X-Men Evolution animated series, Toad shows off his ability to go undetected in a different way. X-Men Evolution was a TV show about the X-Men that imagined them all as teenagers who went to school together with Brotherhood of Evil Mutants youngsters as well, yet still had semi-secret mutant and superhero and supervillain identities. Toad manages to showcase his skills as a pickpocket, successfully stealing wallets from those attending the school's football game while he's under the bleachers. He is caught, but not by those he's stealing from, but by a few members of the team who walk past and see him stealing. So his prowess as a pickpocket remains confirmed. Unfortunately, he ends up saved by Scott Summers, who attempts to defuse the situation. Oh man, people on football teams always tend to be bullies, am I right? If there's anything I've learned from cartoons and cliques in high schools. Number 9. Alien Tech. In an effort to woo Scarlet Witch, Mortimer stole alien tech to use himself from the Stranger. He knew of the Stranger because he had previously been kidnapped by him. Impressively, Toad built his own spaceship to get there, and once on the planet succeeded in learning of and procuring the tech that he desired. He returned to Earth ready to win over Wanda, but learned that she had married Vision. Furious, he decided to attack the Avengers, impersonating the Stranger. Eventually, however, they won the day. Even armed with his tech and illusions, Toad was defeated, and found out as just being Toad and not the Stranger. Poor Toad. This was also back in his jester days. Yeah, that's right, he was made to dress like a jester. Magneto's fool originally. Though this was around the time we saw Toad questioning the master he had been loyal to for so long. Which I love for him. I just love that growth of being like, fine, I'll do anything you say, to being like, I'm gonna question you. Number 8. Slime Bind. Toad can spit or secrete slime, depending on which version of him we're talking about. This slime acts as an adhesive or restraint. He's used it in the X-Men films before to silence and incapacitate someone by covering their face with it, and in the X-Men 90s cartoon we saw him use this slime and it means restraining his opponent. The slime dries quickly, so it's not something you'd want to get wrapped up in, unless you have the super strength to break free from it once it's dried. And of course, the tighter you're bound, the harder this would be. Number 7. Super strong legs. As Toad has developed as a character, he was given his now famous prehensile tongue, and with his popularity growing, his fighting prowess was also increased to include better fighting skills, although he's never been formally trained. With fighting, Toad often utilizes his super strong legs in battle, using his super strong leg kick. Just like most toads and frogs are known for their super strong legs, so is Toad by his namesake. The crazy thing about his strength though is that it really only extends to his legs. It's a very specific type of super strength, making him still somewhat looked down upon when it comes to other supers who possess super strength, you know, throughout their entire body. Number 6. Agility. Toad wasn't always very agile. In fact, when it came to hitting his mark originally in the comics, he more often missed it. But over time, as he grew and developed as a character, writers decided to give him a better chance in a fight by increasing his dexterity. In fact, after he was wounded and then healed by Mystique using the technology of Prosh, a sentient chip, he found himself stronger and more capable than he had been previously. It was believed in healing him this way, they had fixed the damage done to his powers when he was experimented on by Amanda Mueller, which we find out later was a thing that happened in his past. So it's kind of a retcon, but you know, some retcons are pretty good. Number 5. Wall Crawling. Spider-Man isn't the only Marvel character with this ability, or other spider totems for that matter. While many people attribute wall crawling to those spider folk alone, it turns out toad folk also boast of this too. Well, more specifically one toad folk, Mortimer. He's kind of the only Toad folk we got right now. Remember the slime bind I was talking about earlier? Well, this power sort of goes hand in hand with that one. Not only can Mortimer spit slime and use it to restrain you, but he can also secrete slime from his hands and feet. This sticky substance is what allows him to climb walls and wall crawl easily, making him hard to chase and making it easy for him to sneak up on someone. Number 4. Super strong tongue. One of those abilities that was also increased was the strength of his tongue. Not only does Mortimer have control of his tongue in the way that he can snatch things with it and use it to open doors, but his tongue was also given super strength. He could use his tongue to swing with, and he could use it to crush things akin to like a boa constrictor. Number 3. Super breath. A lesser known ability is Toad's powerful breath. Because of his mutated lungs, he's able to take in enough air and exhale forcefully enough that he can produce a strong wind with his breath. He can then use this exhale to knock down his enemies. But how powerful can it be? Well, powerful enough to knock down the mighty Wolverine, who is also known for his strength and endurance. So strong enough, in my opinion. Unfortunately, this is a somewhat inconsistent ability, so don't expect to be seeing Toad use it left, right, and center. And to be fair, Toad is also known for his nasty smell. He doesn't often bathe due to the fact that it messes with his chemical balance, which only makes him smell even worse. If we can assume that he also doesn't brush his teeth very often for the same reason, then I'm sure his super breath would knock you down for more than one reason. It's not just the force, it might be the smell. Number 2. Fire tongue. In the X-Men Blue series out of 2017, Toad seems to have developed a secondary mutation. Not only does he have his prehensile tongue, which is super strong, we actually see him choke Cyclops pretty hard here by the way, but we also get to see him with a flaming tongue. Yeah, I know, crazy right? This happens after mutants are forcefully expelled from the United States and moved to New Tian during the Hydra reign in the US under reality warped Hydra Captain America. Whether the secondary mutation was somehow brought upon by the move or not remains unknown. Still, pretty sick little green flames coming off of that tongue. I hope we get to see more of this ability in the newest relaunch of the X-Men. Number 1. Tech Whiz. Beyond just the powers he has as a mutant, Toad often displays a superior aptitude when it comes to technology. Not only has he built his own devices, including a power suit and a spaceship, but he is also a master hacker. During the House of X series, we see just how powerful he is when it comes to his hacking skills when he is sent on a mission with fellow Brotherhood members by X to a facility where he can hack into a few of the smartest people in the world's computers without leaving a trace of himself behind in order to get information on the development of Nimrod tech and a potential mother mold. It takes him almost no time to finish the hack, and before he can even finish complaining at Mystique for rushing him, he has the job completed. So I'm not sure what's more frightening, but I feel like in the modern day, Toad armed with a laptop just might be more frightening than like his tongue grabbing you. I wonder if he could type with his tongue. Probably. Oh my goodness, he's probably a really fast typer. Thank you so much for watching, Nerd Squad. I hope you enjoyed this list. Who else would you like a powers list on? Who is your favorite mutant? Are you a Toad fan who wants to see more of him in the Mutants relaunch? If you're a Toad fan, be sure to give this list a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Powers You Didn't Know Black Canary Had. Ooh, that was a hard one to write. Comic book / Yu-Gi-Oh / Life Entertainer Margarine asks, if you had to cosplay as a DC character, who would it be? So I actually have a Poison Ivy cosplay that I do, but I would also love to do a Cheetah body paint cosplay, which I'm actually working on right now, and I would also really love to do a Barbara Gordon Batgirl cosplay, which is also sort of in the works on the back burner. Unfortunately, my Poison Ivy is all green, so I can't really wear it on the channel because green screen life, but I am planning on doing a photo shoot with it next month, so you can stay tuned onto my socials for info on that. Yay, leaf bikinis! Soulfire Spreads comments, I'd love it if you do a top 10 powers you didn't know Amanda McKnight has video. She's my dream girl. Aw, I feel so honored. Thank you for that super sweet suggestion. I actually had a fellow nerd who DM'd me a list that they actually made themselves on Insta about my superpowers, and it was pretty amazing. And make sure you are following at Top 10 Nerd Official, where they post all sorts of good goods about all of your favorite hosts. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to be featured in a future list. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. You stay nerdy, YouTube. I'm gonna talk about lots of sticky stuff. Oh god, don't put that in there. I don't think about the things that I say sometimes. It's problematic. Number 4, super strong tongue. Let me just go back. I just heard myself say that. He does have a super strong tongue though. I don't know. Trust me. It's not a tongue you want to mess with. Oh my goodness. I never realized Toad was this dirty of a super villain. Talking too much about his tongue. People are gonna make fun of me.